Well, I'm starting the journey tonight in Home Bargains. My friend Adam's got one blown bulb. So, H7s for his Kia Ceed. So he wants 2 boxes. We get 2 boxes. And then there was some talk about the oil here. So the C3 stuff is $24.99 here, but I see the ACA A5 is $19.99. So anyway, I'm a year away from another oil change, so just in to get some bulbs. So we'll get these fitted in the morning when Adam comes round to test my new kettle that I've just bought today. We're obviously going to guess which light it is that's not working. Are you turning your lights on? So that fog light's working okay. That fog light's not working. None of your lights are on. Right. That one's working. Those lights aren't flickering off camera, but anyway, that light's on. So that fog light's not working. So it's this one. Right, let's have a look. Well, this one looks like quite a straightforward one. So this is the one, a dip. It looks like it's this one. So undo the cover. Now, let's figure out how that comes off. Alright, so it looks like you put your finger on there, and you put your finger on there, and then you turn it anti-clockwise. Now I'll need 2 hands to get that out. Alright, so that's the bulb. Looks like it's melted. So you see a better thing there. You put one finger on there, other on there, and you just turn it like that, and then you have to kind of wiggle it out of that holder. So the next thing for me to do is take the bulb off the connector. Oh, you can see quite clearly there the filament is blown, so that's the problem. Well, that's the remove bulb, and then here we go. So you've got 10 bulbs in here. So we're going to take this one out, taking care not to touch the glass in case we get any fingerprints on it, which supposedly causes beam pattern problems. So anyway, I'm going to take that bulb out, put it into the connector, and then fit it back into the housing for here. Right, that's the bulb fitted. It's pretty straightforward. You've got this part here, you've also got that piece of plastic, and then this tab goes to the top, and then in theory I'm just going to put it in, that's it in, and then I'm just going to lock it. So hopefully that's it. Right, now for the moment of truth, Adam's going to turn the lights on. There we go, 1 bulb replaced. No need to remove the headlights, it's full access there. Should be the same here for your main beam. On this side it should be the same, maybe a little bit more restricted on the passenger side, but again fairly painless and easy enough to replace. Now we'll need to have a look and see about how do we get the fog light bulb changed. Right, so obviously we've put the bulb in, tested it, it's okay. So now to put this cover back on, tighten it up. I need to turn that around. The cable's in the way. tighten it up, and that's it on secure, watertight hopefully. Well, slight change of plans there, but to get access to this you come from underneath. There's two plastic clips you take out, lift it down, get access. Adam's just informed me that he's actually got that cable tied on from when the bumper was rebuilt, so he's going to wait till he gets these pals up on the ramp just to get access to it. But anyway, if you need to change the headlight bulbs, that's pretty straightforward. And if you need bulbs, Home Bargains is a good place to get them as anywhere. Well, in this exciting instalment, we thought we were going to put the wheel ramp underneath the wheel and drive it up, but we're just going to try and cheat and use the trolley jack and jack up the front end to get access here to change that blown fog light bulb. So, a chilly Saturday afternoon, complete with blue skies and 7 degrees centigrade, so it's not exactly hot. Well, in case you've wondered what the underside of a JD model Kia Ceed looks like from ground level, this is what it looks like. So, as far as I'm aware, we need to undo this. So there's the, I think so. So there's the connector right there that we need to get access to. So we're going to have to get access here. So there should be a retaining clip there and a retaining clip here, but there's just this cable ties in here at the moment, so I'm going to cut that with a Stanley blade and see what the access looks like. But yeah, I'm down on the ground, and it's just at the back there. Well, there's a bit of MacGyver mechanics going on here, so I've just used a long screwdriver to hold this flap down. You'll see it there. Now, one of the things that Adam just pointed out, there's actually two bulbs involved here. There's one there, and there's one somewhere else. I'm not exactly sure where yet, but there's one for the, when you turn the corner, the bulb comes on. So anyway, I'm going to take this one off first, and we'll see what that reveals. Well, I'm going back in Japs and Chap S's. Right, so looks like there's a couple of tabs there. Okay, that's definitely released something. Right, so that's done that. I don't know what's in here yet. This is definitely a job where you could really benefit from having 3 arms. Alright, so it's a different type of bulb, Adam. You've not got this one. It's one of these. I've seen these before. So we definitely don't have one of these, and that's something we'll need to get. So it's an H8 bulb that appears to have blown. So let's get up and out of the way. Alright, we're just going to put that bulb back in, but something I just checked is it's actually must be a dual function bulb, because there's only one bulb socket. So the fog light bulb does the cornering and or the fog light function. So that's what the connector looks like, in case you're interested. It's like an angled H7 bulb basically, and the way you get it out is you push these tabs at the sides, one there and one there, and that lets it come out. So we're going to have to order one of these bulbs, because I've never seen these since the old days of when I had a Hyundai Entourage van in Florida, and they were a bit of a pain in the backside because they weren't really a common bulb. So anyway, this is going to pause progress, so we'll just put it back in to make sure it's all sealed up. So Adam's going to hand the bulb back. So that connector does get in the way, so just move it and tuck it out of sight. Try to find the hole. Right, there's the hole there. The old joke about putting some hair around it to give me a clue would apply. Right, so that's that. Seems to, it goes in at that angle and then it turns. Right, then I'll fish this back and I'll put that connector back on just to keep everything, hopefully, watertight. Yeah, that's it. And then I'll move this out the way. Now that goes back in, and there should be a clip that goes there, so we'll see if we can find some clips for that rather than doing what we're doing here with cable tie. Well, I've retrieved a couple of clips from a bag of spare bits, so it's just your usual retaining clip. You've got the sort of Phillips threaded part that you have to gingerly turn out, but you just, once you put them in, you put this part in first, and then to lock it in place you just push that part down with your finger. Don't need to screw them in, it's only when you take them out. So anyway, I'm just going to go and put them in now. Right then, so there's one hole there. There's not a great deal of room to do this, but hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So that's there. Push it home. Now there's one to go on there, and I think what we'll do is we'll just wait that one, or well, for the purpose of this demonstration we'll just do it. So that one goes in there, fish it in, that's it in place, and that locks it in. So that's that trim piece securely in place. So now you know how to change it, but once we receive the other bulb we'll do it again, just in case that hasn't sunk in.